Time for another episode of Local Roots. Hi, I'm Todd Studer. Turning the clock back a number of months, almost a year ago, I started this show because I found that the one show that I was doing, Morning Coffee, just wasn't giving me enough time to cover everything that I wanted to cover. And that's why this program, Local Roots, was started. Well, from there, things continued to grow as we were covering a lot of areas around Southwest Iowa with this show. And now the time has come again where we kind of need to split off. So we're going to do, are we going to call it a spinoff? Yeah, let's just call it a spinoff. You know how the Jeffersons spun off from All in the Family? Same kind of thing. And we are going to bring you another show coming very, very soon. We don't have a name for it yet. However, it is going to cover specifically Mills County and everything going on in Mills County. And we went out and found this wonderful person that is going to host this for us. And the best part about it is she already lives in Mills County. It's Carlene Hall, and she's going to be a new host of the as yet unnamed show, but we'll be making that announcement very soon. And Carlene Hall is our guest today on Local Roots to talk a little bit more about her background, who she is, why she believes so much in Southwest Iowa and in Mills County, and why she wants to host this show. So that is going to be today's guest. Carlene Hall is our guest today on Local Roots. You know, if you're looking for all natural health solutions here in Southwest Iowa, you really need to visit Bambi's Green Acres Natural Market. She's located at 805 South Main Street in Council Bluffs, and she's been serving this area since 1997. You'll find vitamins, supplements, essential oils, herbal remedies, staffed with over 37 years of experience. Bambi's going to help you reach your health goals. Visit Bambi'sGreenAcres.com. It's Bambi's Green Acres Natural Market, putting health in your hands. HR Helix delivers fractional HR leadership and strategic people solutions for professional firms across our region, including right here in Southwest Iowa. HR Helix was founded by Amy Luckenbill, and she is helping growing organizations that have outgrown their do-it-yourself HR, but you're not ready for a full-time executive just yet. From compliance and culture to performance and structure, HR Helix turns complex HR challenges into clear, confident action. Their approach is simple: old school smart, next gen savvy. If your business is ready for better systems, stronger teams, and leadership support that fits, visit hrhelix.com. And Service Master Restored by Schmader knows it's hard to get back to normal when you've suffered serious property damage due to flooding, fire, or smoke, and that can often lead to mold. You need to get things back to normal as quickly as possible. That's why you want to give Cindy Schmader a call at 402-339-9911. Cindy and her team with Service Master Restored by Schmader will restore your space by offering quality commercial and residential restoration services all across Southwest Iowa. Again, that phone number, 402-339-9911. Well, you know how important localism is to everything that we do at Les Hills Medium Podcast in the studios on Willow, and we thought we should probably go out and get some like-minded folks to come help us out with some of this. And this is Carlene Hall, who is longtime Southwest Iowa resident, longtime working in the media.
Yes.
So you and I come from very similar backgrounds with, you know, doing small market, understanding what small market means. And we're making an announcement today that we are adding another show specifically for Mills County. So this is actively in the works. We are currently going through the planning stages. We're putting the outline together. We're getting everything done. So very similar to what we do with Morning Coffee and with Local Roots, we're not going to have one for specifically Mills County. You live there already.
I live there. Yeah. It's my home. It's been my home for quite some time. Since 2006, actually, I've been a Mills County resident. And
you know, as of the new year that just passed, that makes it 20 years.
20 years?
20, yeah.
Where did those 20 years go?
We don't want to talk about it. But.
They go fast, don't they? Yeah, but yeah, and now I'm a Malvern resident, and I love Malvern. I love the artistic vibe of Malvern.
Very much, yes.
Everything that's going on there, it's very progressive business. Our bank there is very supportive of of business development there in Malvern. It's just a very progressive little town, and I'll tell you, I slept with my garage door open one night, and nothing was even looked at. A week later, my shed door was swinging open out back by an alley, and I had to be there for 3 days. Everything was fine. I love Malvern.
Yeah, these the small communities have it's still what it used to be. I think that obviously modern amenities come along and kind of advance things somewhat. But what I love about all the towns across Southwest Iowa and Mills County is right there with it, is they maintain their identity. And as the growth happens, and as the artist community coming to Malvern, but Malvern is still Malvern.
Yes, it is.
And Glenwood is still Glenwood, and Tabor is still Tabor, and
Yes.
and all of the rest of the communities around Mills County. And when I first started my show, Morning Coffee, the idea was for it to be all across Southwest Iowa. That was the concept behind it. And I quickly found out that there's too much.
Aren't enough hours in the day.
There's too much going on.
Right.
And I had such a tremendous support and response from the business community that I realized, okay, I need to start a second show, with the idea that the second show would be for the rest of Southwest Iowa. And if you go back to some of the earlier shows, I mean, I even we had this wonderful lady on from the Corning Opera House going all the way to Adams County.
Oh, yeah.
So it was widespread. We talked Mills County, we talked Pottawatomie County, sometimes Cass County, Shelby, a lot of different areas around Southwest Iowa. Again, there's too much going on.
So much.
You
Yeah,
cannot give enough attention with just pigeonholing everything into one show.
Right.
So we're adding another one, and who knows where this one might lead, but we're just going to focus right now on Mills County and learn a little bit more about everything that's happening
Yeah,
there.
I'm real excited about it. I'm real excited to tell the story, to tell the Mills County story, and to get even deeper enmeshed in the community. And that southernmost border is right there at Tabor, and Tabor is what brought me to Southwest Iowa to begin with. I was a Tarkio College student, and that's dating me, Todd. But
Yeah.
anyway, and I found my way to Southwest Iowa and just fell in love with it. And I jokingly say I have left Southwest Iowa and come back for the third time in 2006. I just keep coming back here like a homing pigeon. I love it. And, recently I've become deeply enmeshed in the Council Bluffs area and the Pottawatomie County area as well. And I immediately fell in love with Council Bluffs and the progression that Council Bluff is on, and the trajectory that I can see in the organizations that are combining their efforts to level us up here in Council Bluffs, and it affects all of Southwest Iowa, because Council Bluffs is our biggest small town in Southwest Iowa. So it levels the whole region up, and I'm excited about what's going on.
Well, and Mills County has really had a push to increase the awareness of everything that is offered in the county to other areas, to say, hey, we are a wonderful weekend destination. We are just for a day trip to come over and take a look at that, the community of Glenwood. And there's other communities around Mills County as well that bedroom communities, if you will, but there's still a lot of folks that they're shopping there, they're eating in restaurants, they are living their lives in these communities in Mills County, and too often these places do not get the attention they deserve. I don't want to go so far as to say they're ignored, because they're not. I think that there's a couple of great radio stations down in Southwest Iowa. One is KCSI out of Red Oak. I've known them for a long time, and they do a wonderful job of covering that area.
Jerry's a staple.
Yeah, Jerry Dietz, he and I had sat next to each other at the state volleyball tournament in Cedar Rapids, because we were both covering Red Oak there, and I remember it was we were just about done, I think, and we were both in a commercial break, probably close to 10 o'clock at night. And I said, where'd you find a stay in town? And he said, I'm not staying. I'm going home. I got to be on the air at 4:30 tomorrow morning.
Wow.
So, it's that level of dedication. And of course, there's also KMA, who's just been a mainstay since 1925 in Southwest Iowa.
Exactly. And we both had our time there.
Yeah, we both did too. So these are places that do get into Mills County and cover things. And if there's a big news story, I know that it'll Mike Peterson will be there, from KMA to be able to cover it. However, they're covering a lot of area. This is specifically for Mills County. Yeah. We're not trying to replace anybody. This is in addition to, I'm a big believer in the word and we have that and we have this. What we're doing is long form. What we're doing is designed to be able to tell more of the story. And this is a chance to tell more of the Mills County story. We can go deeper into it. We don't have to shut off a conversation because, we got a commercial break coming up and we got to get into whatever the next programming is. That doesn't exist on this medium.
Right,
it's a
and
lot better.
That's wonderful. It's limitless, and they can be short or they can be long, and tell the story as it. You're not adding more to something that needs to be said. Mm-hmm. It's just said, and you're not cutting it short too. Yeah. So I'm excited about that. And there's so many things going on, like you mentioned, the artistic community coming into Malvern, and that's a whole story that goes all the way through Mills County. Mm-hmm. So many, and whether that is the art of music or the art of visual arts or the art of sculpture and pottery, and there's so much going on, and there's so many people that need to have their stories told and show how that community is so cohesive and how what opportunities are there, and there is an attraction to Mills County, and if we just get the word out and say, hey, look what's going on in Mills County. So and I think that tourism piece of it will really come together through this. So I'm really excited about that. I have found through the shows that I've been doing so far that a lot of times these things aren't even known by locals. They just kind of we're just kind of not paying attention to what's happening next door. We get so busy. We get in our lane, and let's say you're just talking out particularly about a farmer, and they get up early in the morning, they get out in the field, they do what they got to do, they go in and eat, come home, and they don't have the opportunity to get out. But if we can put the story in their hand on their phone, it's like, mm-hmm. yeah, and then help create, it even would help create life balance in the people who live there, because let me go out and look at this, let me go see about this, and these are the types of things too that can be listened to in podcast form. We know a lot of folks in Mills County are driving up into the metropolitan area to work. What are you listening to? Well, how about you want to listen to something that's happening right in your own backyard and learn a little bit more about what's going on? Here are some stories about your friends and your neighbors. This is a great chance to do that. Now, I will say this, that make sure that you are doing it with only audio. Iowa has a new law now. You can't have a video on in your car. I passed 3 people on their phones on my way here today. Which, by the way, and they're fining people now for that, and it's a significant fine. So stop doing it. Yeah. You won't have to pay that bill too many times before you're going to quit. Yeah. But Iowa is a 100% hands-free, and they don't care if you're watching the video or not. Is my point. If it's on, you're in trouble. So we'll make sure that you have an audio-only option. I'm guilty of being on my phone in the car in the past, but I'm excited about the change because I think it's going to save lives and promote safety. So I am excited. For me, what I do is I have one of those comply. I have one of those hands-free clamps, and I don't care where I'm going. If I know the route, I still want to have the GPS on because I'm OCD about time. So I can tell, I can see if there's, especially if I'm headed west, I can see if there's traffic in the area or if expecting delays. So that is always on, and then I just leave that. But stay off the phone. Yeah, and you're right. It's,
roughly 100% of the people are.
Right.
I love it when you stop at a stoplight that has two lanes looking the same direction. Light turns green, and neither one of them go.
Right, because they're on their phone.
Both of them looking
Right.
at their phones. So
Hope
anyway,
they don't go at the same time.
That's just a sidebar to all of this. But we will be providing these stories, and we're also looking for stories. So if you know of, it could be a nonprofit, could be a small business that has just a real interesting success story, or how they were founded, history going back. We want to tell them all. And please reach out. You can either leave a comment where you're seeing this podcast now. You can send us an email. toddstuder@gmail.com is the simplest way to get that done. We're going to be launching new websites. All of this is coming, and it's going to just get more and more robust as we continue on with how we are bringing about a return to local media. And that's the important part. The local part is important.
Right.
It hasn't, the need never left. It's just the service left. And we started, corporations buying up media's, local media, and being run by people who don't live there. You live in Mills County.
I do. I
You know what's there.
I eat, sleep, and breathe there,
Yeah.
as they say.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's close to my heart. Yeah. Love my neighbors and extended neighbors, and and all the things of Mills County. I'm also pretty fond of Fremont County down that way too. So who knows? Maybe we expand down that way as well.
All of these things are possible
right.
because as we continue to do this, and as this becomes more normalized, which, look, it's a new way of bringing in content, but it's already happened. When you look at what is going on in society, we are an on-demand society now. Everybody's gotten so darn busy that we can't tune in. Thursday night at 7, it's the second to last episode ever of Friends. That doesn't exist anymore.
Right.
Everybody's watching their favorite series on whatever online platform so they can get it on demand.
Right. And you know what, Todd? I think it's pretty amazing that you had the concept to take a forward-moving, innovative platform and bring it to the local level. It's like combining the past and the current with the future, and it's all happening at one time in what platform you've put out there, local podcasting. I think it's a great new idea, and I hope to see it expand in a lot of places, because you have the audio and the visual, or you can just listen to the audio, of course, and all of the social media platforms, internet, digital marketing, everything that every direction that this can go. And the other thing that I really love about it is I'm a small town girl. I believe in small town. I believe in the commerce of small communities, and we understand how that supports communities, right? So what you're doing is supporting those businesses that are supporting communities, and what you're doing is teaching people in those general communities, general public of those communities, how important it is to shop local, how important it is to support those businesses. And we've seen it all over Southwest Iowa and all parts of the country, how we have these food deserts all over in small areas in the United States, and can't keep grocery stores in small towns because they're not patronized enough. And they can't buy bulk like the big stores buy bulk. So we have to decide where we're spending our extra money, right? And it does cost a little extra to support those to support those businesses, but I think this platform will help do that, and we can tell those stories. Why is it important to spend 20 cents more on a product? Count the gas money. If you live in a small town and you're buying, you think you're getting it cheaper from a bigger place, count your gas money in that and figure it up. Normally, you're probably better off to do it right at home.
Well, we've talked many times on many different shows that, shop small, shop local, but the caveat that I add to all of them is shop in person. Go to the store. Visit with the shop owner, whether it be one of the small town grocery stores or one of the small town shops that are there, or, if you stop into Art Church in Malvern or wherever you might be going, go there physically.
Yes.
And talk to them and see. These are people that we need in our communities. And if we don't patronize them and spend our dollars there, then they can't stay. And next thing you know, it is 100% brown and blue trucks delivering brown boxes everywhere. And listen, we do it here. I mean, there's some things that there's just no other place for us to be able to get them. But when you have the option, I'm thinking of, and this is in Potawatomi County, and Jamie Bush is a good friend of ours, and she has been a huge supporter of everything that it is that we do. And she has that little shop called the Unique Boutique in Neola, Iowa. She's typically only open on the weekends, and she does have an online presence, but these are things that are for sale right in her shop. And she is providing a service to that area that somebody comes in and says, all right, you know my wife, Mary, what would she like? Oh, I got a feeling. Let's go over here and look at this. You don't get that from shopping on Amazon.
Exactly, because they're our friends and our neighbors. Exactly.
Yeah, so these are the things that we need to be able to support. So when you see a new business come in, I'm thinking now of, Main Street in Avoca is just so bustling with new shops and, coffee and restaurants and everything else that's happening there. It's a wonderful place. You go out to Walnut and you've got the antiques. You go around the square in Glenwood and visit some of the shops that are there and some of these other communities. Go in person. Make a day of it. If you're shopping now, Christmas season is over. Valentine's is coming up. Sorry, that's how it is. You're back. You're back in the game again. So
true.
So get out there and take a look. And this is all people have heard me preach about this a lot. We just had somebody make a comment earlier today about when we were talking. I did a show on the importance of local media and how important it is for us to tell our own stories. We need somebody who lives there, so we understand the meaning behind what it is that we're saying, as opposed to it came in over the wire and it's just some national story someplace,
right? Or
it repurposed from some other online source and then sent out as original content, which it wasn't. It needs to come from the source, and this is the way to do that. This is what local media used to be all the time.
Right.
The desire for it never left.
Right.
It's just the people that were providing it stopped.
Yeah.
It needs to come back. And is the soapbox too big that I'm standing on here right now? This is what I do.
Don't fall off.
This is what I do. That, I believe in small communities. I grew up in an area that has, I'm sure that it's on their radar to unincorporate because nobody was thinking.
Wow.
Nobody was thinking of the future.
Right.
The schools left. The schools consolidated.
Yeah.
The county that I grew up in now has one school to cover everything, and it even goes into some other counties now.
Yeah, well, even when that happens, the commerce can still be robust in those towns because we've seen it happen in Southwest Iowa.
Yeah, it can. In Southwest Iowa, I think, is to be commended for how well they've done all of that, and other parts have not.
Right.
And it's sad when you see houses that have just been empty for 30 years and no one's paying attention to it, and it's just sitting there and it's falling to pieces. And but we don't have that here.
No.
And it's when we have a tornado go through, town pulls together, all the other towns pull together, we start putting it back, and we put it back better than it was before. Well done, Minden. All
and
of
Thurman.
And
Thurman went through that a couple of times, and it's just
or even the floods, because
Yes.
that's a Mills County thing. When you look at what has happened there with the rivers going through and the flooding that happened, this doesn't define us. We're not going anywhere. We're
Right.
coming back even better than we were before.
That's the beauty of small town life. That's the beauty of that kind of community support, and what you're doing to support those communities with this media is supporting all of that. But it's also embracing progression, right? So
It has to be.
Yes.
Yeah, there's no status quo.
Right.
You cannot tread water.
Yeah,
You're either moving forward or backwards, and there is no center where everything just stays the same. It just doesn't exist.
Don't say tread water. It hasn't been long enough since we were flooded.
All right, that's a good point. So, need your help, need ideas for shows, need, if you know of some stories that we can tell. If you have a business that would like to be a part of this, we'd love to talk to you. We have some very, very attractive and extremely inexpensive sponsorship opportunities for you that not only gets you involved with telling these stories, but also provides value to you, because we go above and beyond to make sure that you have value even past the show. So if you would like to talk, we would love to talk to you about that. We'll be coming around, letting you know about it, letting you know more about the show, because this is going to happen very, very quickly. We're going to get it put together and get things rolling along. It can be a little nerve-wracking. It can be intimidating. It can be, where am I going to come up with the content? I can tell you where, because you have to. And
Right.
once you're swimming in the pool, then it's all going to come together.
Right. Todd, I like to go out and speak to organizations, and any organization that would like to talk to me regarding what's going on in Mills County, any associations, agencies, those kind of things, I would love to go present what it is that we're doing and give a big overview of what we have going on and what the goals are here. And I'm happy to go speak at any time, at any breakfast, lunch, or just, quick meeting, whatever. I'm happy to go out and talk about that. So anybody they can get a hold of you via your email that you gave. Repeat that real quick.
Oh, that's Todd Studer at Gmail. It's the simplest one I've got. So
Okay.
we're going to have a lot more opportunities for that coming in too. Contact information is going to get a whole lot easier. We're forming. Kyle and I have formed a new company, Local Stream Media, and a lot of this is going to go incorporated under that, because we believe in local. Streaming is the new medium now. This is how it is. This is where technology has taken us to, and this is what we use to be able to disseminate this information. It is streamed, and I said for a long time that once the internet was universal, that the traditional way of doing media was going to be obsolete, and no one seemed to be doing anything with it as it became everywhere. So I thought, all right, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And that's what has launched all of this, and we're just getting started.
Yeah.
We're just getting started.
Just scratching the surface.
Yep, and there's a long way to go.
That's for sure. Yeah, yeah.
All
I'm
right. Well,
excited.
listen, Carlene, thank you so much for your willingness to jump on board and to be able to help with the new Mills County show. And as I mentioned earlier, the fact that you live there makes you ideal for this, because you know it. You're in the heart of it, and
I love it. That's
and that also
that's the most important part.
Exactly.
I'm going to tell the stories that highlight the place that I love and the place that I live and the place that I depend on. So I'm excited about that. And
that's what we do here, is that we tell those positive stories. If you're looking for the negative stuff, and I'm not saying it doesn't exist. Of course it does. Every place has challenges. Every place has things they need to be working on. We're not that. Yes, it exists, but you got plenty of outlets for it, because that's what everybody's doing.
right.
We're not. Yeah. It's time to focus on the positive. It's time to shine a spotlight on the great things that are happening and encourage more great things. And that's how you do that.
That's right. And nobody wants to come visit a place that sounds like goo in the dumps, right? So we want to put out there reasons for people to come visit, reasons for people to come live here. And, there's so many of us that live here, but that commerce is boosted by visitors, right? Yeah, so I'm
Well,
excited about all of that.
Mills County Podcast, this is yet unnamed. We'll be announcing that very, very soon. And we will be letting you know where you can find it, and also some of the stories that we're going to be telling. It's all coming up very, very soon. Carlene Hall, thank you much. Appreciate you taking some time here.
Thank you, Todd, and thank you for the warm welcome.
I'll let you know as soon as that launch date is set, but it's going to be coming up very, very soon. And, well, I'll tell you what, if you have an idea for the show name, leave a comment below. I'd love to read some of them. Please keep in mind that being a comedian is fun, but not always helpful. We need a real name for this show, and would love to get your help. If you have a leak, a clogged drain, or planning a big remodel, Waldstein Plumbing in Council Bluffs has you covered with fast, reliable service and expert craftsmanship, handling everything from small repairs to major installations. They're locally owned and trusted and take pride in doing the job right the first time. So residential or commercial, when plumbing problems strike, call Waldstein Plumbing. Visit waldsteinplumbing.com for a free estimate. And families in cemeteries across the region turn to Solid Ground Monument Company for skilled restoration that protects every story etched in stone. Now scheduling springtime services, the company provides monument repair, gentle cleaning, full reconstruction, and complete cemetery restoration. For families needing a new memorial, Solid Ground Monument Company comes to you in your time of need to design a tribute that truly honors your loved one. This is Southwest Iowa's trusted cemetery restoration and monument service. Solid Ground Monument Company, preserving legacies with care and craftsmanship. Well, how is your first full week after the holidays going? I know that sometimes it can be hard to get back into the routine, but it's coming along, and I hope that your Tuesday is just very, very successful and profitable for you. My name is Todd Studer. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning.